Hello and welcome. We have got lots of news to cover in today's episode. First off, menu changes at Magic Kingdom that we are not happy about. We've got lots of holiday news of what we're going to expect this year, including the return of Jollywood Nights with tons of changes. Disney Cruise Line announces another new ship, and Universal Orlando is leaning heavy into lots of fun nostalgia for their new entertainment. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Living by Disney podcast. Your home for all things Orlando. News, reviews, and real talk. Helping make your visit to Disney World just a little more magical. Now, here's your host, Serena Lynn.
Hello and welcome. I've got Louisa here with me.
Hey.
And we're excited to have you guys with us today. Excited to be back in the groove. We've got lots of news to cover. So last episode I did by myself and we were talking about all the new Lightning Lane changes. And even though we've been getting a lot of news, I was like, I can't handle
this news is dead to me.
Yes, we're going to have to wait to discuss it because I can't talk about all the holiday stuff. And it was too much. It was too much. My brain was on overload. So I just concentrated on all the Lightning Lane changes, which is a ton, by the way. Huge. Like everything we know about strategies is changing. Everything. In like a week, 2 weeks, I don't know, really soon.
Job security.
Yeah, absolutely. We ain't going nowhere.
Man.
I know. Let me just tell you that I did not want to learn it.
I
did not want to do
like
it.
Multi-pass Lightning Lanes. Is that it?
Multi-pass and single pass.
Multi-pass, single. It's so intuitive, but I cannot rewrite.
I know.
What is stamped on my brain now.
And the amount of times I'm going to say Genie instead of Lightning Lane multi-pass. I don't know. It's fine. I do think it's going to be a better system when we can use it.
We're so easy breezy. It's fine.
We are so easygoing.
Yeah.
Obviously. But yeah, it'll be great. We're going to be testing in the parks, so it'll be fun. But if you have questions about that, if you're visiting Disney World ever, you're going to need to know it. So check out the last video. We might even link to it in the show notes if we remember. So lots of news today. First off, we're going to talk about some sad news. Some very sad news.
A moment of silence.
Yes.
Please.
We need to pour one out for one of our favorite menu items that has literally been on the menu in Magic Kingdom at Sleepy Hollow for, I don't know, at least 5 years. And it was my favorite snack. It has made my top 10 snacks at Magic Kingdom since the first time I did a top 10 list, whenever that was. And that is the fruit Nutella waffle from Sleepy Hollow.
I will remember. That's the music, Nico, that we need.
We need a little montage.
Yeah.
Oh man. If we had if I had known it was leaving, I would have got another one and done a photo shoot with it.
Yes.
I need a waffle photo shoot. The fruit waffle was so good. And I don't know if you guys ever had it, but it was basically a warm waffle. They would spread hazelnut. I mean, it's Nutella, but they didn't say that. Hazelnut spread over it. And then they would put fresh fruit. It was strawberries, bananas, and blueberries, I think it was. And then they would fold it in a little...
Like a taco. A waffle taco.
And it was warm, and the hazelnut would just sink into that waffle.
Did we say it's from Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Liberty Square. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at the castle and you walk right over that bridge, it's that little place that's right there. And it was so good, you guys, and it's gone. They didn't even tell us. They didn't even give us time to mourn.
Okay, but is it true that they changed Genie Plus in the same day as they were
it was within, if it was the same day, it was very soon.
They created this Wafflegate scenario where all the Disney adults were sad, but then they tried to distract us. And we were like, ooh, shiny.
I know. By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be. I didn't notice that it changed. I think it may be in Disney Food Blog, probably. Somebody that reported it. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I saw it it was
everywhere.
It was bigger than Genie, the news. People were more upset about.
I know.
I mean, there's nothing, I think the changes to multi-pass, whatever, are great.
Yeah.
Much better. The name also tells you what it is. Love that. But the waffle news was everywhere.
Yeah, we were upset about it.
Yeah.
They completely changed the menu there. And I'm sure the new things are fine. I mean, they're fine, but they're not as good. So sad. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're going to check out some of the new items and see. Now, we have had a lot of great new menu items at Magic Kingdom. So they have definitely been adding some new things, but that was just really sad. Also in Magic Kingdom, the Country Bears are having a redo. So Country Bears is reopening as Country Bear Musical Jamboree. So we've had a preview of it. It looks cute. What do you think?
Yep.
So I don't feel like we are the best ones to review.
We are not. Please.
We're not the ones. I have a couple like friends who are big fans of Country Bears, like top tier, like, you know, we're very nervous about it, that are really happy.
That's great.
So
love that for them.
If that's you, hopefully you'll also be happy too. I think it's important to remember that if you were a big fan of that attraction because you love the nostalgia of it and all the original animatronics and all of that,
those bears are not in the trash.
Yes, because they could have
That's
been.
where they were heading. The clickety clack of those jaws that you could hear as their mouths were opening and closing. Yes. So they redid them a little bit, and they're all new songs, and they're like more classic Disney songs.
They've got an original song in the beginning, and then they brought back one of the original Country Bear songs, and then all the rest are changed. So people were upset about Blood on the Saddle being gone.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I'm not upset about that, but
this is a children's theme park.
I know.
Let's just remember that some of us have to explain what is happening to small people
who will be very confused by that.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, July 17th, definitely go and check it out. And if you have seen some of the clips of it, let us know what you think of it. I'm very curious. Next up is the holiday season. Fun news. So Disney released all of their like holiday season news, what we're going to expect for 2024. I don't know if you guys have ever visited Disney World during the holidays, but if you haven't, it should be on your bucket list. It really needs to be.
It really should. Yeah. It is crazy. So we are less than 1 month out. It's the middle of July. We're less than a month out from the first Halloween party. And now all of the Christmas party tickets are currently on sale right now. Like, we are in it. The holidays are like a freight train coming through summer.
They are. They are. And that's why we kind of need to get into it, because if you're planning a trip, first of all, it's not too late to plan one. We've got a lot of specials that have come out, which is very cool to have discounts offered during the holidays.
Yeah.
So definitely check that out. If you are planning on booking, contact MickeyTravels or anyone, you know, if you use your own travel agency, but we recommend them. And they've got a lot of discounts that they can get for you, which is really cool. But let's talk a little bit about what we're going to have for the holiday season.
Okay, so there is merriment in every park. So I'm going to start with the things that are included with your admission ticket. There's something in each park. So in Animal Kingdom, you have the Merry Menagerie, which are artisan sculpted puppets. They are Arctic foxes and penguins and polar bears. They are so cute. Please don't miss the Merry Menagerie. It happens daily. They come out. There's musicians that play. It's very close to the front of the Tree of Life as you're entering the park. Animal Kingdom, the Merry Menagerie. They also have that like show on the tree at night, and that is going to be holiday themed. And you can see Mickey and Minnie in a holiday outfit. So Animal Kingdom, I said it first because I'm kind of going in like least exciting too.
Yeah.
I think the Merry Menagerie is amazing, but there is so much cool holiday stuff that somebody had to be 4 out of 4. So it's gotta be Animal Kingdom. So sorry. Okay, next is the Frozen Holiday Surprise. That happens in Magic Kingdom. And this again happens, they do it every night nightly. It's not just for the holiday party. So everybody gets to experience it. And it is a little show that's like a 10-minute long at dusk. They bring out Olaf and Anna and Elsa and Kristoff, and it's the time like between night and dark, and Elsa kind of lights up the castle with projections, not real lights, rest in peace dream lights. Number two for me is Hollywood Studios. They do sunset season greetings.
I think it's because it's Sunset Boulevard, but it does seem odd to call it that.
Yeah, I don't connect the Tower of Terror. Okay, so this is another little projection show that happens, and it happens I was going to say sporadically and periodically at the same time. It happens periodically again after dusk. And it's like there's a few different variations on them. And it's
on the Tower of Terror.
On the Tower of Terror. It's a little projection show and with music. And also it snopes.
So if you want the vibes of very festive, retro, nostalgic, jumping into a Hallmark card experience, it's
Hollywood Studios. Yeah. And
So
Snow.
good.
Also, Toy Story Land, so cute. They do nothing in Star Wars. Batu, Christmas is not a thing, so don't go there expecting anything. There's nothing there.
But Dinosaur Gertie has like a little Santa hat.
Yes.
And they put the tree there and they float the lights all. It's so beautiful.
Even my favorite is Rex, the giant Rex in the Slinky Dog Dash. They give him little they look like handmade reindeer ears.
Yeah, it's super cute.
So cute. I love it. Okay. So that brings us to Epcot, which has to be number one because it has so much going on, like such a good value. If you're visiting Epcot during the holidays, you will not be bored. The entire festival at Epcot is the International Festival of the Holidays, and it's comprised of a bunch of different stuff. It's like your standard Epcot festival. However, it's much shorter. It starts on the 29th, which is usually right after Thanksgiving it starts, and then it goes to December 30th. So this is the shortest festival that they do, but there's going to be food, of course, because there's always food, and it's like holiday festival food from around the world.
It's really good food. It starts a little bit later than like we start all the rest of the holiday stuff because pretty much most of it starts like November 8th, I think. But that one starts later because of Food and Wine Festival has to wrap up.
Right. So it's like a compressed, it doesn't get fully Christmas in Epcot until after Thanksgiving. It will be Christmas in every other park beginning of November. Like you just take down your jack-o'-lanterns and put on your Christmas ears. So at Epcot, they also do something we did last year called the Holiday Cookie Stroll. And we did it kind of at the end, so we didn't talk about it as much. So I'm glad we're coming back around because it's such a good activity for families. You get 5 different cookies, and there's a list of more than 5 that you can choose from. And it's a game that you play where you eat cookies and you get to win a cookie. And the cookies last year, I hope Disney doesn't change the price because I couldn't find that they posted it for this year. Last year is $3. So if you get 5 cookies, this is going to cost your family $15. And you get to go around, they stamp your little passport with the different cookie stamps. And then when you're done, there will be a place that they will mark as where you go to redeem your completer cookie. And last year it came with like a little drink, and it's really cute. So it's like not a very expensive, fun activity. The cookies are big enough to share with your family.
6 cookies, $15.
Yeah.
Super fun activity.
What is the downside?
Yeah. Another cool thing that Epcot has returning is the candlelight processional. I know a lot of you guys love doing that. That has been like a holiday tradition. They'll be announcing the celebrity narrators as we get closer.
Yeah. It's really good. It has the Voices of Liberty and a 50-piece orchestra.
It's big. It's a huge, a lot of cast members join the orchestra, the chorus, and they become, it's really, really cool.
That is something they do dining packages. And if they announce a really exciting celebrity narrator,
Get the dining package.
Yeah, get the dining package because there's very limited seating, and it often does. Like people sometimes wait for hours to get into these to see their favorite celebrity. I got the dining package and still waited like more than 3 hours, I think, to see Josh Gad the year that he did it.
Hopefully he'll be back. He's always popular. Neil Patrick Harris. Is always popular. There's a couple really good ones.
Yeah. Okay. So those are the things in the 4 parks. There's something in every park, and they are just included with your park ticket. You can see those no matter what. Now there are 2 holiday parties. So which one should we start with?
Let's talk about Very Merry. That's
Yeah,
the classic.
this is the classic.
The OG.
I was going to say that. So this is starting on select nights from November 8th and goes until December 20th. It is a separately ticketed event. You get into the park at 4 p.m. The party officially starts at 7 and goes until midnight.
And this is kind of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party has been the classic like holiday party.
Yes.
It is amazing. It's beautiful. And it kicks off the holiday season.
Yes.
So you know that all the decorations for Magic Kingdom will be up by that first party night, which is November 8th, right?
Yes.
Usually the decorations go up a little before that. And you'll start seeing them pop up pretty much as soon as Halloween's done. But during the first week of November, they'll sort of be cropping up in like little phases. And then by November 8th, you'll have all the decor and the music. It's classic. It's got all the characters. You've got an amazing parade. You've got all the entertainment. You've got characters you can visit. There's a fireworks show. We've got some great videos on it. We'll put a link to the video that we did for last year. And we'll do another one for this year, but it's really cool.
Okay, my hot tip for Very Merry, and I think what explains it versus Jollywood Nights, which we'll get to in a second, is that if you are going to Very Merry, I did not know. Now I'm like, pro tip. I've gone one time, but I have a pro tip for you. Wear pajamas. If you're going with your family, get matching pajamas. It's just like the best warm, cozy vibes. There is a ton of Snow, which I said that before. If you don't know, Snow is soap snow. It's Florida snow. It's not cold. It's amazing. It looks just as magical.
72 and it's snowing.
And it's snowing. Like it's the best. So
I love how like I'm obsessed with it, and yet like I moved here from Virginia because I hated snow and cold weather, and yet the thing I talk about most is the
snow.
fake snow.
because you don't have to shovel it, you're not cold, you can wear a t-shirt and it could be snowing and you're eating Christmas cookies. So what is not to like?
Yeah.
Okay, Jollywood Nights. Jollywood Nights. Wow, what a scandal last year, but it's back.
Yeah. So Jollywood Nights was the one that started new last year at Hollywood Studios. And we went to the first night.
Yes.
We talked a lot about it. We did a full video on it. I'll also link that below. But it's changed a lot. So I will say Disney didn't do the best job with the beginning of it. It had a lot of issues, but they very quickly reacted. And what we heard is that immediately in the subsequent nights, there was a lot of changes. Yeah. And we weren't sure if it was going to come back or not, to be honest, because it kind of was a mixed.
I feel like they doubled down. They were like, watch us go. Okay, we had a slow start and now they popped off this year with some really fun additions and some fixes to things last year, according to how it's being advertised. So, of course, this is just all based on how the event is being marketed. But this one starts on November 9th and goes to the 21st. But it is worth noting that there are 13, I think. There's 13.
December 31st, right? December 21st.
December 21st. Okay. Did I say 31st?
No, I think I think you were right. Just clarifying.
Yeah, so right before the week before Christmas, there's half as many dates for Jollywood Nights as Very Merry. There's 25 Very Merry dates. There's 13, I think, Jollywood Night dates. So if you're thinking about going or which one to do, you definitely should like do your research, watch the videos and decide, because those are more likely to sell out just because there's less of them. And now everybody's going to be like, well, what about these changes? We need to know.
Yes.
So, and tickets are on sale right now. They start at $159 and they go to $179. On both of these events, you get like a $10 off if you're annual pass holder or DVC.
And last year, the biggest complaints, basically, if we had to sum it up, was there just wasn't enough.
There was not enough.
Wasn't enough stuff to do, not enough not enough for the value. So now they're saying they're adding a lot, right?
They're adding a lot.
And they're bringing back the things we love. So the two big things that we loved was the Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along.
Yes.
Which was a huge hit. And the, I forget what the show is called.
Holidays in Hollywood.
Holidays in Hollywood, which featured the Muppets.
Yes.
Win on all counts. Those two shows, fantastic, no notes.
Right. Kermit the Frog is in it. That's all you need to know.
No.
Go But if that says something to you, you're ready to buy your ticket. But Jollywood Nights is much more Hollywood glam vibes versus like you're going to wear a swing dress to this one and not pajamas. And that is like how I explain these two parties.
Which vibe is more you?
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more adult. So one thing that they're adding, last year they had a bunch of characters and you never knew who was going to be where. And that almost kind of helped because you were just kind of wandering around, not expecting anything. This year, they already published the full list of what characters are going to be where. So there's going to be rare characters like Santa Duffy, Santa Stitch, Baloo, and King Louie new this year. Also, Bo Peep and what's his name? The big fuzzy bear. Lotso is going to be there. So they have...
Lotso is super rare.
Yes, they have rare characters, and it's so smart. Last year, there was not a thing happening in Toy Story Land, and so they're going to have Bo Peep and Lotso in Toy Story Land. It'll give people a reason to go over there.
Good.
The other thing that was kind of lacking was in front of the Chinese theater. It was like dead. It was dark. There was nothing happening in Toy Story Land. And so now there's going to be characters there at least, and it's already decorated for the holidays. So I think that will kind of help. I said that already. We were at the Chinese theater. Yeah. Okay. So now this year in front of the Chinese theater, they're going to have a skating spectacular with ice skating. And it says with international competitive figure skaters.
I am so intrigued.
I know. I was like, okay, Disney.
Yeah. You got me again. I need to see this. Yeah. I think that the adding those characters, adding another big show, so that gives you 3 like key entertainment pieces that are like very unique, you know, especially having something like right there in the Chinese theater area. It's like a big courtyard. So it's not like you got to queue for seating and all that.
Right.
So yeah, it sounds like there's definitely going to be a higher value this year.
Right. There's a ton of entertainment. There's like a Latin band. They moved them to the animation courtyard. Last year, they were kind of in front of that ABC commissary.
Yeah, it wasn't enough space.
There was not enough space. And so there's a lot of entertainment, live bands playing. The Tip Top Club Soiree. Is that what it is?
Yeah. The Twilight
Soiree at the Tip Top Club. They're bringing back the same singer that they had last year. And
Rachel.
I would go just for her. I will definitely tag her in the show notes. Please follow her. She's
amazing.
She is amazing and the perfect. You feel like she is somehow this glamorous ghost from the Tower of Terror singing swoony jazz.
We should post a clip.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Insert clip. We're considering doing a video on Jollywood versus Very Merry.
Yeah.
So if that's something you're interested in, let us know.
The other my pro tip after attending one time is for my Star Wars fans is that you will notice there is nothing happening in Star Wars Land because there's not Christmas there. If you want to have Star Wars Land completely to yourself, if this doesn't sound like your jam maybe, but you want to go ride Rise of the Resistance over and over and over again and not see anybody else because they're all watching ice skating. I wish I would have gone again and did it like, here's Jollywood Nights for Star Wars fans because you can just go back there and run around the Millennium Falcon and just be free.
I need holiday Star Wars outfits.
Yes.
Ooh, somebody do that. That would be amazing. Yes. Photo shoot, lightsabers, and share them with me.
We're somebody.
Yeah.
we
could be somebody.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. If you are interested in tickets for Jollywood or Very Merry, they are currently on sale now. Also, if you want some help with it, MickeyTravels can also get those tickets for you. So if you're already planning on coming, or if you just want somebody to help you with tickets, they can do that as well. But they are on sale now. There are some discounts available certain nights. You can check that out. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun season, y'all. There is higher crowds, but it's worth it. Fantastic weather, tons to do. Pure magic. Definitely recommend. All right, next up, let's talk about Disney Cruise Line, because Disney Cruise Line dropped Like they dropped
Bombshell.
something. Yes, a bombshell. I had no idea that this was even like on the table at all for Disney Cruise Line. So they announced out of nowhere that a new partnership, a brand new ship in Japan. How cool is that? I mean, we're already have, a bucket list to go to Tokyo Disney in Japan. There has never been anything like this. This is the first time that Disney has partnered with a third party. So it's basically like the Oriental Land Company. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that run Tokyo Disney.
Yes.
And they're partnering with them in this cruise ship. So it's going to be starting building next year, 2025, and it'll be released. The goal is to have it sailing 2028. So we have a while. That's literally all we know about it, but how cool. And it's going to be like permanently docked in Japan.
It's going to be amazing.
I know.
I mean, if you look at what this company has done, the funds they are able to put into these parks, I am just expecting this cruise ship to be the best Disney cruise ship. Like we're going to Japan, basically.
Yeah, it's got to happen. Mm-hmm. So cool. So just to update you, so currently Disney Cruise Line has 5 ships. So they have the Magic and the Wonder, which are the original 2 that they started with. Then we have the Fantasy and the Dream, which are also sister ships. And then we have the Wish, which is the newest ship, the larger one that they released recently. And then coming up next, we have the Treasure. So the Treasure is what's coming in this year, December of this year. And then we have the Adventure, which is the one that is sailing out of Singapore, which is so cool. And that is next year in 2025. And then we also have the Destiny. So all of these ships are happening. Plus now we have this one in Japan. So they're getting into the international cruise line market, plus having all of these ships coming out for it's just super cool. This is the best time to be a Disney Cruise fan and could not recommend trying these more. Plus, in addition to all these ships, we have the brand new island destination that they released, which is Lookout Key. If you haven't heard about it, if you haven't checked it out, so a lot of the sailings that are coming out of the States, especially the East Coast ones, are going to go to Lookout Key because it's in the Bahamas. So highly suggest you check out our video guide to the new island. We were there. We got to be the first guests on it, and it was so cool. And we have a full video that will tell you literally everything you need to know. It was beautiful. So yeah, definitely check those out. And if you are interested in booking cruise line, again, MickeyTravels can help you with that. There will be links in the show notes or description, wherever, or just go to MickeyTravels.com. All right, last thing we got to talk about, and this might take a while because there's a ton of new stuff at Universal Orlando. We went and checked it out. Some are like new-ish, but we just hadn't been there, so we'll share them with you.
Everything came out at the same time.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. There was only so much we could do. And Universal's always like one that we're like struggling to fit in sometimes. But Universal's got a lot going on, you guys. And let's talk about the first. So first, let's talk about the new parade.
So the parade is called the Mega Movie Parade, and it is going to be on select dates. So you really have to check the app. I don't totally know what select dates means, but that's how they talk about it. Select dates through November 14th. So it's going to be into the fall, but it's not every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When we went, it was at 6 p.m.
It was at 6 p.m.
So it's a little different than Disney's parade. It's a little later in the day, which I actually really like.
Yeah. Normally their Christmas parade is also, so I expect that it'll stay at 6 p.m. even after summer, but.
Oh, that makes sense. And then they'll probably just segue right into the Christmas parade afterwards.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's really cute. We went and saw it.
Yeah, it is like millennial.
Yes. So they are going full into nostalgia.
Yeah, which they should.
Absolutely.
I love this for them because sometimes I'm like, okay, Men in Black, I forget that movie, but E.T., you'll never forget. So it's a parade. It's good. It's
cute.
Yeah.
I think that they have just some really great properties that they can use to kind of like lean into. So you've got Jaws, which is cool. Like when do you ever see a parade with Jaws? Like that's very cool. There's like the mayor of Amityville is like running around going like, it's fine, come to the beach. And then like the other guy who's supposed to be like the main character is like, no, look at the shark. And there's like a giant shark behind them. And very like just a lot of cute, clever things that are happening. You've got, what else? You got Despicable Me and Sing
and Trolls. So it's a mix. Those I think are like the newer things that are for kids. But then they also have E.T. There was Ghostbusters, and it was like it was a mix of the newer Ghostbusters as far as they have some lookalikes dressed up and they had like some of the kids from the newer ones. But then it like was that crazy
Stay Puft.
Yeah, it was Stay Puft and that woman. I kind of remember her from my childhood. I should have looked it up before.
I know.
But
it's been like a while.
She like levitates from the ceiling. I remember. And Bill Murray's like, like it's that Ghostbusters. And so it's
the
like
OG.
The OG.
It's really good.
Yeah. And they have lookalikes of somebody who looks like John Goodman and Bill Murray and Eddie Murphy. Was he?
No.
There was somebody though that I felt like looked just like Eddie Murphy. So
And I think the best part of the parade for sure was Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
It's the finale. Yeah. Very cool. Giant, like literally a giant T-Rex. My favorite detail on him is when he's like roaring and stuff is he has little drool hanging from his like jaw. And it's so gross, but so fascinating.
I know. Like,
I was
these
like,
parades.
I know.
Wow.
It's intense, but that was really cool.
Yeah. And this is the new, they had somebody like a Chris Pratt and the redheaded woman.
Yeah. From the newer movies.
Don't ask me names of people, things. It's the newer movies. Like
E.T. Well, I feel like we're forgetting. Was it... Oh, Back to the Future.
Oh, yes.
It starts with Back to the Future. Yes. And love it. Like, I love the throwback music. Like, the DeLorean's there. At the back of the float is like the clock tower. It's so cute, you guys. It really is. The only thing I think that they... their parades always feel they're just different than Disney.
The cadence of them.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm just so impatient, but I'm like, it feels like I could
there's gaps.
Go get a snack between the floats. Like I'm just waiting.
But they did say, I noticed it says technical rehearsal.
Yeah, still.
So maybe they're tightening up some of that. I don't know. But it's still super cute. It's 100% worth seeing, especially if you're like nostalgic movie, 80s, 90s movies buff. Like maybe not even 90s, maybe more like 80s. You think? 90s?
Yeah.
80s? It was pretty 80s.
It was pretty 80s,
It was really good. Really good. And just very unique. Yeah. So I think they did a really good job with that.
They really did.
It's definitely the best parade I've seen them do.
Yes.
For sure.
I like it better than the Christmas one, for sure. Yeah. All of their parades, if you're an annual pass holder, there's like a little viewing area. And also for their nighttime... And they have some nice things for annual pass holders.
They do.
So
they do. It was over the area
by Mel's Diner.
Yeah. It was nice to have.
That's by the beginning of the parade, which we found out. I will definitely go there again because then when the parade is done, you can kind of go around and go to a different part of the park, depending on where you are. If you stand in the New York area, you're kind of stuck there and you have to wait for the whole parade to go through before you can go. Yeah. I'm thinking back to the Wizarding World because where else would you want to go?
Where else would you go?
Yeah.
Always where we're going to hang out the most. But yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
We also checked out the new Dreamworks area.
Yes.
So if you've been to the original, Universal Studios, they had the kids section. I don't even know what it was called, but they had like a Woody Woodpecker. There was a Barney show way back in the day. We're going way back. But they had like a cute little toon area and they've completely redone that entire thing. And now it is Dreamworks and you've got Shrek and you've got Kung Fu Panda, Trolls. Is that it? Like the
Puss in Boots.
Oh yeah, Puss in Boots. Really cute. And there's a lot of really fun things, and there's a lot of really fun snacks. So we did try some of the new snacks from Dreamworks, and they have a lot of really cute themed snacks. My favorite by far that we tried was the cone at Trolls.
It's at Troll Treats. It looks like a boombox, and you can get. It's called Brozone, which if you've watched Trolls, it's funny.
Which I haven't, so I don't get any of the jokes from.
I think you should watch, especially if it's
I've heard they're really good.
I think they're pretty good, and that one is kind of like it's Justin Timberlake who voices the main little blue troll guy, and they're kind of like making fun of NSYNC in a way.
Oh, really?
And all of
that's funny.
The NSYNC characters like have cameos in the movie because like they find out he was in a boy band, which of course he was in a boy band. So it's kind of satisfying for adults. So my kids are like, what?
What are they talking about?
Like, don't worry about it.
That's cute.
Yeah, but they have these little treats, and you can get them swirled. So we got the swirl, and it
Secret
was
menu item, by the way.
Yes, it was pink lemonade and then huckleberry swirled together.
It was delicious. Absolutely good. Definitely recommend that. And then there was the Shrek snack place.
At the Swamp Snacks.
Yes. I love the Shrek movies, by the way. So I love seeing them like still bringing out more Shrek things. And they just announced Shrek 5 next year. Yep.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
All the original cast, Meg Myers, Cameron Diaz, they're all coming back.
Wow.
So super fun. But they have a Shreksel, which is a Shrek pretzel shaped pretzel. We'll put if you're listening, you won't be able to see it, but if you're watching on video, we'll put
It looks like Shrek.
It looks like Shrek's face. And
you should watch the video though, because you burst out laughing when you
It's pretty awesome. And it comes with green cheese, which obviously amazing.
Yeah, and we got a sour apple Shrek pop, which was very cute. It had a lot of directions to open it. I was immediately like overwhelmed. And I do feel like if you got it and it was 100 degrees, it would melt instantly. I would go for the troll. Yeah. The troll treat before that if it's really hot.
Yeah. It was very cute. Yeah. Dreamworks area, super cute. There's a Kung Fu Panda show that's kind of like Turtle Talk with Crush. Definitely cool.
Which I feel like the kids at Universal like did not realize that
he was like actually really talking to them.
He's like, hey, you in the green shoes. There was like a moment when he was talking to Sarita, and I think that's when the kids were like, oh my God, he can see. Like they're not just watching a show, that it's interacting with you. Yes. It was cute.
It was very cute. Definitely recommend that. If you've got kids, there was a ton of water play areas back there. So that would be a super cute area. There is a playground that is Shrek themed that is only for kids, and there's a slide that when you go
and there's a Shrek swamp play area.
Shrek swamp play area.
Shrek swamp for little ogres.
I love that. And when you slide down the little corkscrew slide, it farts as you come out of the thing. It's just like kids are gonna love that.
It's really fast. I'm coming out.
Lots of water play areas. Definitely, if you've got little ones in your Universal, you need to go to DreamWorks and just let them play. Super cute. We also checked out the new Hogwarts Always, which was so good. So it's a new projection show that they're doing on the Hogwarts Castle. So now we're moving over to Islands of Adventure for this one. And that was really good. I've always loved the projection shows that they do. Very similar to if you've seen any of the other ones. They do a holiday one. They just do a Halloween one.
Right? They have a dark arts one.
A dark arts one. And they're really cute, and they're nice because they are like every 15 minutes.
That was so nerdy. I'm like,
not Halloween.
They do celebrate
How dare you?
I know.
No. But they do, I think, like every 15 minutes. Does that sound right?
Yeah, usually like the last hour. So it's a short show. It's like 7 minutes or less.
Really cute. Definitely worth seeing, especially if you're a Harry Potter fan. And what else do we see? And then they've got the new drone show.
Yes. Which it's not a drone show, but it has drones in it.
Yeah, I guess it's probably, What did you, I mean, there's so much going on. I don't even know what to call it.
I know.
Nighttime spectacular.
Okay, let me paint you a scene.
Okay.
Let me explain.
I haven't seen the show, but she did.
I've seen it a few times now, and it takes a few times, I feel like, to understand what is happening.
Right.
So it happens on the studio side in like that huge lagoon area, kind of outside where the San Francisco area where the big Jaws is. And so it's on the water. Again, if you're an annual pass holder, there's a viewing area for you, but you are watching projections a la Fantasmic,
or like
on water. It's like spraying up and doing stuff in lights, and you're watching the projection in the water. And there's also projections on the buildings behind the water. And sometimes there's also fireworks, and sometimes there is also drones.
Okay.
That was a lot for me personally. The first time, the drones, it's not like the Disney drone show where they're always lit up in the sky and you're watching them become different things. It's like there'll be 5 minutes. It's a 22-minute show. So kind of long for a nighttime show. And you're watching the show and then suddenly a drone.
Like shape.
Thank you.
Formation.
That's a really good word.
Yeah.
Okay. A formation of drones will appear, but if you're not looking, and it's not as big as the Disney ones. And so I missed several of them the first time. And if you cannot see the water clearly, then you're really like, what is happening in this show? It's a long show and it's like definitely, again, millennial nostalgia. There's these classic movie scenes and it's supposed to be celebrating the symphonies in the show and
the beautiful scores.
The scores. Yes.
Which there is a lot to pull from. We talk about Harry Potter, Jaws, E.T. I mean, come on. There's a lot.
Which is like, why was Harry Potter not in the mega movie parade? But anyway, it is. There is a Harry Potter part in Cinesational. So there's a lot happening. There are some drones.
Check it out if you want to see it. We chose to. It's good. I mean, it's good. You know, we chose to go to the Hogwarts always. It's hard to see both. If you're a Harry Potter fan,
put on some running shoes.
Well, they're in different parks.
They're in different parks, and one is when the park closes.
Yeah,
and then you have to make your way before the other park closes.
Yeah,
but
so
it can be done.
Yeah, but yeah. Check those out. I love that Universal's bringing up new stuff. And just super briefly, we did check out the preview center for Epic Universe. That is actually in City Walk, so you don't need a park ticket to see it. They've got all of the portals there that you can look at for all of the new lands. So if you haven't heard, I don't know, like just in case you haven't heard, Universal's opening an entirely brand new theme park. We've done whole shows on it. It is the first new theme park we've had in more than 25 years in Orlando. So it's a really big deal. And it's opening next year in 2025. And it's called Epic Universe. And there's all these different lands and they're releasing details of all the lands gradually. And we have most of the details. We're waiting on a few. But in general, this park looks amazing. And they open up this preview center sort of like in this area, like instead of a store. And you can go in and there's a little portal area for each of the lands. There's merchandise. And there's also this really cool, large to scale. I hope it's to scale. Doc Brown would be like, I'm sorry, it's not to scale. There is a, like, what do you call that?
A model.
A model. Yeah. A model of the entire park, and you can download their app and use AR to kind of look at the different elements, and it kind of brings them to life. You see people walking around, you see things flying in the air, there's people riding on the roller coasters, but it's a really cool area. And if you're excited about Epic Universe, you definitely need to stop there. There's so many people there that like had no idea what they were looking at.
I know. It really is so funny when you're so immersed in what's happening. People
like
walk in, they're like, what is this?
I know.
And they're like, oh, that's going to be here?
There's a new park? What? Because there's an area called Dark Universe that is going to be like the classic monsters, and it has like a dark like manor, and there's these girls looking at it and they're like, oh, that's Hogwarts.
I know. I heard that too. It's all I can do.
I know. I'm like, Serena, do not insert yourself into their conversation. They did not ask you to get in the middle, but I was like, yeah,
that's Hogwarts. Okay.
Something else. They're gonna have 2 Hogwarts.
Man.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very cool to go in there and look around though.
Yes.
Of all the lands, I mean, which are I think I know which one you're most excited about. But
the Wizarding World.
Yeah.
So there's just like a giant building in this model. Like all the other lands are like open and you can see the rides. The Wizarding World land is designed kind of like Diagon Alley. And so you're in this, which is like very cool when you're in it. It sucks if you're trying to see
from an aerial view.
Ahead of time, from an aerial view what is going on. But it looks
it's a lot of mystery with that world.
There is so much mystery. So I think Dark Universe looks cool, but also maybe too scary. Like I thought I was really excited excited about that. Then when I watched the video they released at that ride, I was like, oh.
Yeah, definitely scary. I think the people I've heard about seem to be the most excited about that.
Yes.
That land has gotten the most buzz, mainly because it's new. It's never been anywhere. We're getting a Nintendo World, but we have that in a few other areas. It's just going to be new to Orlando. So yeah, but it's going to be
the dragons and also Celestial Park.
Yes, which is brand new.
Nobody knows what that is. It's just was made up for this park. It's not based on any kind of IP. So it's the biggest area in the park and it looks really cool. But yeah, they have the How to Train Your Dragon in Shanghai. Is that?
I don't know.
Somewhere. They have it somewhere else. I saw Super Nintendo World in Japan. This one is much bigger and it has Donkey Kong Country, which will be new and only... Will it be only?
No, they're opening it in Japan.
Thank you.
Or somewhere.
It's under construction somewhere else.
Yes. And so by the time ours is open, it'll already be somewhere else.
Yes.
But it'll be very cool.
If you saw that on Serena's social media say that it was exclusive to Orlando. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. But we are very excited for Epic Universe. Lots more to come on that. I think we covered all our major things. Lots of news, like I said. Summer is well underway at Disney World, and it's kind of slower. We're getting some really nice low wait times. So if you're planning on visit anytime soon, you're going to love that. I love that for you. Like really nice low wait times. We're going to be there in a couple weeks testing out the new Lightning Lane multi-pass and single pass, figuring out how those are going to work for both on-site and off-site guests. So that'll be fun. All new things. We're rolling with all the changes. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. All right. I think that's going to do it for us. As always, we thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing the show with your friends. That always really helps us out. If you're listening and you can leave us a review, that also really helps the show out. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We have new episodes every week. And I think that's it. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.